But for now, the public attack and scheduled targeting of High Court Judge Esther Maina by Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua introduces a new twist to days of sustained attacks on the judiciary by the executive arm of government led by President William Ruto. So the attacks on the judiciary and decisions of law courts had initially been fronted as a public interest-inspired defense of government projects. But Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua appears to have opened what appears to be a Pandora's box of personal interests behind the increasingly brazen attacks on the judiciary. Brenda Wanga has more.
Not so long ago, Geoffrey Rigathi Gachagua was a cornered man complete with handcuffs. He cut a lonely image in the cold dock of the anti-corruption court in Nairobi. Subsequent to the court appearance, the then first-term member of parliament for Mathira had been arrested by the DCI in an early morning raid at his Nyeri home and whisked to the DCI headquarters to explain how some 12 billion shillings allegedly passed through his accounts. The arrest of the then legislator was a culmination of what the DCI then termed as months of investigations that had revealed a complex web of money transferred that passed through accounts linked to Gachagua and his proxies. The DCI then indicating that most of the transfers ultimately ended in a company that had Rigathi Gachagua and his wife, Pastor Dorcas Rigathi, as the only shareholders. Detectives from the DCI at the time indicated that Gachagua had used his companies and proxies to fraudulently procure multi-billion shillings tenders in the counties and the national government. The DP was then charged in court alongside 9 other people with, amongst other things, conflict of interest, conspiracy to defraud the Nyeri County government, fraudulent acquisition of public property and money laundering. For instance, he and a company, Rapid Medical Suppliers Limited, acquired 6 million shillings from Nyeri County government for the supply of dialysis machines to Nyeri Provincial General Hospital. In a separate incident, he was accused of obtaining 104 million shillings from Bungoma County government, suspected to be process of crime between January 2015 and June 2019. He was accused of conflicts of interest when he allegedly acquired an indirect interest in a contract for the construction of Njathaini Primary School, which was funded by Mathira CDF when he was a Mathira MP. The charges also stated that Gachagua received 7.3 billion shillings in his 3 accounts at Rafiki Microfinance Bank, funds which were allegedly deposited between 2013 and 2020. In the run-up to the general election 2022, the then deputy presidential candidate was ordered by the court in the case presided over by the Lady Justice Esther Maina to forfeit some 200 million shillings to the state. And for that ruling, Gachagua, now deputy president, wants Justice Esther Maina fired.
On Thursday, this coming week at 2:15, I'll personally present a petition before Lady Chief Justice Martha Koome against Justice Esther Maina for her removal from the judiciary for misconduct and corruption.
The case against Gachagua is among a number of corruption cases that were withdrawn within months of their ascendance to power by President William Ruto and his deputy Rigathi Gachagua. In the wake of Gachagua's targeting of the judge in his case, the sustained attacks on the judiciary by the executive arm of government are likely to be seen as laden with a heavy dose of personal interest.
Your judge, through corruption, declared my hard-earned wealth proceeds of crime without giving me an opportunity to be heard. Against the rules of evidence, where he who alleges must prove.
Justice Esther Maina in her ruling said the Assets Recovery Agency had proved that the MP and his companies benefited from funds but did not deliver any goods or provide any services to the ministries or agencies which gave tenders to him. Gachagua's case was later dismissed after a DIC officer withdrew the affidavit on whose strength the case against the MP was based. The officer claimed that his team had been instructed to recommend that the MP and his 9 co-accused be charged before the investigations were concluded. And though the court never got the chance to test the facts of the case, and it did, the case was dropped, the DP has dragged the matter to the center of the official attacks against court decisions and the judiciary, and without flinching, Gachagua is going for his pound of flesh. Brenda Wanga, Citizen TV.